Welcome back. You're still watching Morning Live. Now, No Gold Without the Dragon is the story of one woman's quest to answer her calling to walk the path of a healer. After an initiatory event at the age of 21, Heather goes through the fires of transformation to find herself and hone her healing gifts. As you follow her journey of awakening and transformation, you are drawn further into the intriguing world of energy and the day-to-day life of a contemporary healer. Woven into the narratives are the real-life healing vignettes describing Heather's work with clients, offering rare insight into how to work with quantum energy and initiate healing at a physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual level. Well, without giving away too much, author and spiritualist Heather Linn joins us on Zoom. Heather, a very good morning to you. A warm welcome to Morning Live. I mean, the first thing that intrigued me was the fact that you describe yourself as a quantum healer. I mean, what is a quantum healer? What are we referring to when we touch on quantum healer?
Good morning, Lebu. Thank you so much for having me here. Yeah, well, quantum healing is really working with the principle of energy is everything, everything is connected. And so when we work with the physical body, we also are working with the energy anatomy beneath the physical body. We're looking at how emotions and mental patterns affect the physical body. And so we work really at the level of the energy anatomy of the body. So the chakras, the aura, the meridians running through the body, and information that's held in our energy fields to bring about change. And where quantum healing really becomes very evident is when we work with distant healing. So for example, I can be here in South Africa and I can be working with clients in Namibia or the States, and I'm able to connect with somebody's energy field, and working at the quantum level, we can effect change despite the distance because everything is connected.
Mm-hmm. Could this be the inspiration behind No Gold Without the Dragon?
Absolutely. You know, when I was working with clients, I realized that I was learning so much, like really I was at a knowledge frontier all the time. And what I was working with and experiencing for myself was not common knowledge. And so I really wanted to share this. I really wanted to share what I was experiencing. And then also, you know, my clients over the years were asking me constantly, how did you become a healer, and what exactly do you do? And at a certain point, I felt I really needed to tell the story and yeah, talk about the world of energy in a very accessible way.
Mm-hmm. I want to talk about the significance of the dragon in this story. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, the dragon emerged early on in the writing of the story to describe difficult feeling states. So I was writing about a very challenging time of my life. And so I talk about the dragon of anger and the dragon of fear. And really, if we think about myth and fairy tales, the dragon is often, it represents a very destructive force. And usually in those stories, there's a hero that has to slay the dragon to restore peace. But in No Gold Without the Dragon, I turn this around where the invitation is to befriend the dragon and to listen to the dragon and get to know, you know, what these challenges are actually asking of us in order to grow, in order to change. And so the dragon becomes a really positive force, an agent for change, an agent for transformation. And yeah, I mean, the dragon really, in that sense, becomes a teacher and an ally, if you like. Mm. And at the end of every chapter, there's a section called Dragon's Gold, where the insights and the teachings are distilled into these kind of bite-sized chunks, so that readers can very easily extract the gold for their own, you know, the gold that resonates for them.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I believe this book is about, you know, initiation, revelation, and rebirth. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, essentially, it is a transformation story. So it's about my own personal transformation story, how I answered the call to become a healer, and how I went through multiple initiations in order to transform, to really learn how to work with energy, but also the personal transformation that was necessary in order to do that. And then through the narrative, there are many case studies of my work with clients and their own stories of transformation and healing journeys. And so, these stories are all about rebirth and renewal and really transforming the lead of the denser energies into the gold of, you can call it the spiritual gold of our potential, of what we can actually be if we work with the things that are perhaps not so positive in our lives.
And how are you personally constantly growing and evolving as a quantum healer as a result of this book? How much growth have you seen in yourself and your gift?
Directly as a result of the book, I would say that as the book has gone out, I mean, it's on Amazon, so I have readers obviously from all over the world. What's happening is that a lot of people are reaching out, contacting me, wanting to work with me. And I'm finding that it's been such a powerful experience of really seeing how many people are really hungry for this kind of knowledge. And in the midst of their own kind of transformational journeys and awakenings, and looking for guidance of, how they can do that, what they can change in their day-to-day lives. So it's been an incredibly affirming experience, but also one of enormous hope, just seeing this awakening energy rippling around the world.
And where else can people get this book? You touched a little bit on how it's available on Amazon. In South Africa, how do we get a hold of this book?
Well, it's just gone into bookstores, so it's available at Exclusive Books. It's also in Wordsworth's. It's at Bargain Books, I believe. And people can also, some independent bookshops, I'm not sure exactly which, and people can also order it directly from me through my website, which is theemeraldwisdomschool.com. And of course, as I mentioned, for people who like to read on Kindle, it is on Amazon.
Heather Linn, thank you so much for speaking to us. Congratulations on the book again. Heather Linn is an experienced quantum healer, psychic reader, spiritual teacher, grid keeper, and published author, speaking to us about her book, No Gold Without the Dragon, which explores the world of energy and day-to-day living.